Ever wonder why your cat isn't the cuddly, affectionate pet you imagined? Well, there might be more to the story than you think. Cats, unlike dogs, have their own unique way of showing love, and chances are, you're not quite speaking their language. So why isn't your cat loving you the way you expect? Let's start with a little background on cats and their social behavior. Unlike dogs, who were bred over thousands of years to work with humans as part of a pack, cats were solitary creatures. In fact, domestic cats have only been living alongside humans for around 9,000 years, which is a blink in evolutionary terms. They were originally solitary hunters, and their ancestors didn't rely on social structures the way dogs did. This evolutionary difference explains a lot about how cats view affection and social interaction. Dogs, being pack animals, are hardwired to bond and seek attention from their human family members. On the other hand, cats are more independent and often prefer to maintain a level of autonomy. Their idea of affection isn't necessarily about snuggling up with you on the couch for hours. In fact, many cats find prolonged close contact overwhelming. They might love you, but they might not show it in the way you expect, and that can leave you feeling confused. Now, let's break down the common misconception that cats are cold or indifferent. Cats do show affection, but their way of expressing it can be more subtle and sometimes hard to recognize, especially for new cat owners who are used to the more obvious signs of affection from dogs. So, what do we miss? One of the biggest signs that your cat cares about you is the slow blink. It may seem insignificant, but when a cat blinks slowly at you, it's a sign of trust and affection. It's their way of saying, "I'm comfortable with you." In the wild, cats would only show this kind of behavior when they were safe, which is why it's so important. If your cat is slow blinking at you, take it as a compliment. Then there's the headbutt, or bunting, as it's sometimes called. When your cat rubs their head against you or gently bumps you with their forehead, it's not just because they're being cute, it's a sign of affection. Cats have scent glands on their face, and by rubbing their head against you, they're marking you as a trusted part of their territory. It's the equivalent of a cat hug, showing that they're comfortable and bonded with you. And of course, there's the purring. While purring is commonly associated with contentment, it's not always a sign that your cat is perfectly at ease. Cats also purr when they're anxious or in pain, but if your cat purrs while they're near you, it's likely because they feel safe and relaxed. So the truth is, cats don't need to be in your lap 24/7 or shower you with kisses like a dog would. Their affection comes in small, sometimes subtle gestures, and learning to recognize these signs can deepen your connection with them. So, what's the issue? Why is it that, despite your best efforts, your cat still seems to keep their distance? Well, let's talk about the common mistakes that cat owners make. Mistakes that push their cats away without even realizing it. One of the most common mistakes is overhandling. Cats are highly sensitive creatures, and they value their personal space. If you're constantly picking your cat up or trying to force them to cuddle, it can actually stress them out. Imagine if someone constantly tried to hug you when you weren't in the mood. That would probably make you pull away, right? Well, it's the same for cats. They might love you, but they need the freedom to come to you when they're ready. Another mistake is overstimulation. Cats have a very specific tolerance for touch, and it can vary from cat to cat. Some cats love being petted for hours, while others can only handle a few strokes before they get overstimulated and irritated. If you've ever experienced your cat suddenly biting or swatting at you after a few minutes of petting, that's a sign that you've crossed the line. Understanding your cat's comfort level is crucial for building a strong bond. Let them tell you when they've had enough. Building trust with a cat takes time, and patience is your best ally. Unlike dogs, who may bond quickly, cats are more cautious creatures, and they need time to feel safe and comfortable around you. The key here is consistency. Don't expect your cat to become a lap cat overnight. The best way to build trust is by letting them approach you on their own terms. Allow your cat to initiate contact. If they're sitting near you, calmly offer them a treat or gently pet them. Make sure your interactions are always positive, and don't force anything. Cats are creatures of habit, and creating a consistent routine helps them feel more secure. Over time, you'll see your cat become more affectionate, but it takes time, so be patient. To truly understand your cat, you need to learn their body language. Unlike dogs, who are generally more expressive with their tails and faces, cats communicate through subtle body language, and interpreting these cues is essential for building a strong relationship. A raised tail is a clear sign of confidence and friendliness. If your cat greets you with their tail held high, it means they're happy to see you. But if their tail is puffed up like a bottle brush, that's a sign they're scared or feeling threatened. Ears back? That's a warning sign that your cat is either scared or annoyed. A relaxed cat with ears facing forward and a neutral posture is a cat who's comfortable in their environment. Another important sign is their whiskers. If their whiskers are pulled back, it can indicate that they're feeling defensive. If their whiskers are forward and relaxed, they're likely curious or interested in something. By learning to recognize these signals, you can better understand your cat's mood and avoid miscommunications. Cats thrive on routine. If you've ever made a sudden change to your cat's environment, whether it's moving furniture around, introducing a new pet, or changing their food, you've probably noticed a shift in their behavior. Cats can become stressed by changes, and this stress can cause them to withdraw or act out. Creating a calm and stable environment is crucial for building a relationship with your cat. Keep their space clean, quiet, and predictable. Cats love consistency, and when they feel safe in their surroundings, they're more likely to open up to you. Regular feeding times, a comfortable sleeping spot, and access to their litter box without disturbances are all part of what makes your cat feel secure. So why doesn't your cat love you the way you thought? It's not that they don't care, it's just that their love is expressed differently than what we might expect. The way cats show affection isn't always as obvious as a dog's constant wagging tail or eager snuggles. Cats are more subtle in their gestures, and sometimes their way of showing love can be easy to miss if you're not familiar with their unique language. But don't be mistaken, your cat does care for you deeply. It just takes a little more observation and understanding to see it. By respecting their boundaries, recognizing their body language, and being patient, you can build a deeper, more meaningful connection with your cat. Cats value their independence, but that doesn't mean they're uninterested in forming bonds with their human companions. It's simply a matter of understanding their signals and responding in a way that makes them feel comfortable and secure. Cats aren't cold or indifferent, they just express love in their own way. You might not get the constant attention or affection you expect, but the moments you share with your cat will feel much more genuine once you begin to understand how they show their love. Their affection may not always come in the form of snuggles and kisses, but if you take the time to pay attention to their more subtle signs, like slow blinking, purring, or headbutting, you'll realize that they are, in fact, showing you their version of affection. These small, often overlooked gestures are their way of saying, "I trust you, I'm comfortable with you," or "I'm happy to be near you." Over time, as you recognize and respond to these signals, you'll deepen your bond and create a more rewarding relationship. The key to unlocking your cat's affection lies in understanding their personality and their need for independence. Cats thrive on consistency and routine, so creating a stable, secure environment where they feel safe will make them more likely to open up to you. When they feel comfortable, their trust in you will grow, and you may find that their expressions of affection become more frequent and more pronounced. It's important to remember that building trust with a cat takes time, and it requires patience. You can't rush the process, but with consistency and a bit of effort, the relationship will flourish. Maybe it's not your cat who needs to change, it's you. Sometimes it's about adjusting your approach, learning to respect their personal space, and giving them the time they need to trust you. Once you stop trying to force affection, and instead focus on creating an environment where your cat feels safe and respected, you'll notice a shift in their behavior. Your cat will likely become more affectionate, but in a way that feels natural and comfortable for them. It might not be the constant attention you were hoping for, but the moments of love you share will be all the more meaningful. So, are you ready to start speaking your cat's language? It's not about forcing your cat to behave the way you want them to. It's about understanding them for who they are and how they show love. The rewards of this deeper connection will be well worth the effort. When you finally understand the subtle ways your cat expresses affection, you'll feel more connected to them than ever before. Their love might not come in the form of snuggles all the time, but it will be just as real, just as powerful, and just as rewarding.